The funding for this video is provided by the amazing members of our Patreon. Also contributions from viewers like you. Thank you. Yeah, I started from PBS Kids. What you gonna do? Fight me? Anyway, roll the video. All I'm saying is that between the lions who wouldn't have done this. They wouldn't have done this to us. Hey y'all, it's Harriyanna and I'm back with another video. Hi, hello, how are you guys doing? My name is Harriyanna and I like to make content based off nostalgia and family and children's entertainment and all the issues that I find within those spaces. Now, I just have a brief disclaimer. My window broke again. That's why the fan is right here, because it keeps falling out. Please ignore that. I hope that's not a total eyesore. And y'all, I'm so fucking pissed off right now. I'm actually very angry. I was in the middle of like working on other stuff. Like I was working on the Minute Men video and I was getting started on like another video. But then this news was brought to my attention by some of my followers. So I actually looked into it and I'm actually very, very fucking angry. And it gets worse. Like, I'm telling y'all, it gets worse. I thought it was bad from that one video that came out. No, there's numerous things about it. So, we are going to be talking about what the hell is going on with Sesame Street. Yes, I never would have thought something like this would have happened with Sesame Street. Also, by the way, I have posted an article about this on my website. The links will be down below because the video might be a little bit all over the place, mainly because I just want to talk about my thoughts and opinions about what this is and what's going on, and mainly because I want the families that were affected by this to get the justice that they deserve. So I will have the link down below if anybody would like to read it. But basically, I'm not going to say that this is verbatim of what's going on with this article, but I will be like making my points back to it. So for those of you guys who don't know, Sesame Place is basically the theme park for Sesame Street. I'm pretty sure all of y'all know about Sesame Street. It's a lot of children's first show. I have a lot of like pictures of me and my sister when we would watch Sesame Street when we were little. We would get like Tickle Me Elmo for like Christmas. Like, me and my sister love Sesame Street, and I still would throw it on from time to time because it's just relaxing to watch. Sesame Street has had a very positive impact on me and plenty of other like black children. Like, this has helped so many of us through our childhood because it was a show that was about acceptance and loving who you are and being accepting of other people and whatnot. Like, Sesame Street is good vibes, and it's disgusting because the people who are in charge of this franchise, like the people who made it, it's turned into something that they did not want. Sesame Street's origins, the people who created it, they would be extremely disappointed with what is going on. So Sesame Street has a theme park named Sesame Place. Mind you, I didn't know that Sesame Street had a theme park, and I was like, wait a minute, y'all have a theme park? And it just kind of makes me think about how like Sesame Street has turned like kind of capitalist too, because I was like, wait a minute, I did not know that Sesame Street be ranking in all this money. But anyway, but like I said, the purpose of Sesame Street was to help children with education. So I was like, Sesame Street has a theme park, alright. I looked on that damn website, them tickets are expensive as hell. But there is a character named Rosita from Sesame Street. She's basically Elmo's little friend in the show. So Rosita's very sweet, very nice. But the actor that is playing Rosita, let me mute that, it's a Discord going off. There was a video that came out of two little black girls that were trying to wave at Rosita, and she was being nasty to them. She did the no gesture towards them, and I kid you not, the faces that those little babies made broke my heart. I couldn't. I was actually crying because that was just so nasty and just so rude. So everybody was like, this is unacceptable. Something needs to be done about this. Who was in that costume? Why did they think that was okay? And then next thing you know, Sesame Street puts out a statement talking about how, oh, the performer couldn't. First of all, it was posted by Sesame Workshop and Sesame Sesame Place is the Sesame Workshop and Sesame Place are not the same thing. Sesame Workshop was the one who posted this apology first, and I was like, wait a fucking minute, that y'all were not there when it happened. This needed to be Sesame Place that apologized, but they didn't. And I can't stand how they took the apology from Sesame Workshop and started posting it on all of like Sesame Street's public platforms. So I'm like, okay, that was odd. But basically they were talking about how they basically were like justifying what the Rosita character did. They said, oh, they're not allowed to, like, you know, pick up the kids and like take pictures with them and whatnot. That was not what was happening right there, as we saw in the video. And then they were also talking about, oh, because of like how the costumes are weak, not all the characters are able to see at low levels. And a whole, I kid you not, Disney World workers, Six Flags workers, like people was coming out, people that used to be like, you know, theme park performers that had to wear costumes, they were like, that's fake because they make them specifically so you'll be able to see small children. Like that's false. That's completely untrue. So basically Sesame Street over here lying their asses off and just making everything look worse. We have not heard anything about who was in the Rosita costume, and we don't know if they are fired or whatnot. Like nobody knows who this person is, and I kid you not that they are not letting anybody that work at that park right now tell people who was in that costume. So next thing you know, it gets worse. Different parents, like different black parents, have started speaking out and posting videos about how that same Rosita character was being rude to their children. But it wasn't just the Rosita character, it was other characters in the theme park that were being mean to black children. Like, it's actually very disgusting. There's like 10 videos of this right now, and one of them, Ernie hit a little girl. I was like, excuse me? Sesame Street, what is going on? One thing that's just pissing me off about this is because I see like people are over here on the side of Sesame Street right now and they're defending them for what's happening, talking about, oh, that's just how it is, there was nothing wrong with them, they did that to everybody, yada yada. You know, I can't stand how like racism is like so normalized and casual within our society that when something is blatantly racist, people don't think it's a problem. Like, I kid you not, but black children, at some point in their childhood, they're gonna be told that people are gonna dislike them simply for the color of their skin. They can't do anything wrong, they can't do anything about it. There's just simply people in this world that don't like black people. I have had numerous teachers in elementary school straight up tell us when we would go on field trips talking about, hey, don't act up because these white people, don't be embarrassing us in front of these white people, they already don't like you from the way you look, don't give them another reason to be mean to you and stuff like that. Like, telling literal children that they are going to be disliked because of the color of their skin. And these people weren't doing this to be rude. It's just the sad truth that at some point in a black person's life, they're gonna have to deal with some form of racism simply because people don't like people like them. It's very, very hurtful. It's very, very disturbing. And what made me actually break down about this was that, like I said, at some point in a black person's life, they're gonna have a racist encounter. These children most likely just had their first racist encounter, and it happened at a place that was supposed to be happy. It was supposed to be at a place that they were supposed to be having a good time at, and that happened. That breaks my heart. That breaks my heart so bad. This is just like disappointed but not surprised because America literally is built off of racism. Don't believe me? Go do your damn research, because you know Europeans came to Africa, stole African people from their land, and they came to the land that we know as America today. They took that from the indigenous people and brutalized them. America is literally built off of racism, so that's why I stopped getting surprised when I find out that there's a lot of racism that is happening in numerous places. Like I told you, there's racism that goes on at fan and anime cons. There's racism that goes on in fandom, which I am making another video about, sadly. There's racism that goes on at the grocery store. There's racism at the club. Y'all, there's like racism like at like the club. Like, it's honestly bad. Like, I had to deal with racism at work. It's just sad to know because Sesame Street is something that is just so wholesome and nice and sweet, and like I said, disappointed but not surprised, but it's very, very hurtful. I really hope something is done about this, because this is unacceptable. The person that is playing Rosita, they need to be held accountable for what they did, because this is unacceptable. And it's not even just the Rosita character, the person that plays Rosita. There's something, what is going on with the people at that park? Because they're not the only ones. It wasn't just the Rosita character that was doing this. This is unacceptable, Sesame Street. And what hurts me is because y'all are better than this. Y'all do not stand for this. Sesame Street, if y'all didn't know, its origins was to help, you know, inner city children, a lot of black and brown children to be specific, with, you know, getting education and whatnot, because, you know, a lot of kids weren't able to go to school. A lot of schools were like not accepting them and whatever the fuck. It was meant to help educate and entertain children with lower incomes, and a lot of these children were black and brown. This is not what Sesame Street stands for. This is unacceptable. I originally wasn't going to make a video about this because, as you guys can see, I'm very hot and I'm very angry right now. This is redamn ridiculous. This should not be happening. And I didn't want to get on camera being this angry, but I was like, no, something has to be done. Y'all are so mean to black children. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'm not gonna like promote nothing like I usually do at the end of my videos. All I'm gonna say, if you want to read the article that I wrote about this entire situation, the link to it will be down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a good night. 'Cause I work hard to get to this point in my life. I'm blowing up, so don't hate, just congratulate. The Powerpuff Girls will just blow your mind. Buttercup like villains 3 at a time. Bubbles will smile while kicking your butt, and Blossom will lead them out of their rut. Cherish and Powerpuff, 2 of a kind. Both wanna save the world before bedtime. From Townsville, Memphis, New York to LA, the Powerpuff Girls are just here to stay. They coming through and fighting, and everyone they shocking. You know no one can stop them all because of the chemical X. They coming through and fighting, and everyone they shocking.